All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. La Facebook familia. This is Tracey Walker. I'm trying to figure out how you can see me at the same time I'm showing my screen. I hate the fact that you can't see it. This is crazy. It's a little crazy because I want you to see what's going on with my face, okay? I need you to feel the energy that's going on. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Pat, Anthony. Good to see you. Maureen, always a pleasure. Do you guys know how I can show my face while I'm showing my screen? Like, goodness gracious, there has to be a way that I can have a little bit more engagement, a little bit more interaction here. All right. Maybe you guys can help me with that. I don't know. Maybe somebody can. Hey, Jesper. Good to see you. All right. But in the meantime, guys, let me just share with you something. Okay. I want to share with you something, and I want to make sure that you can see my screen. But first, I want you to know that I drew this up myself. Okay. Now, I know for you, you might be looking at this and you're like, what the hell is this scribble scrabble, right? What is all of this? And your brain is trying to process it. And you're like, I don't know what the heck this is or any of that stuff, right? And I get it. And that's okay because just a few short months ago, I didn't know what any of this stuff was either. It made no sense to me. And it wasn't until I realized that this is where the money is that my brain said, oh, wait a minute. You need to figure this stuff out. It's kind of like if you want to learn Facebook ads and you know that's where the money is, then you take a little bit of time to figure it out, right? It's kind of like if you know there's money in real estate and you're kind of like, maybe I want to make some extra money, and you take a couple minutes to just kind of figure out over time what and how real estate works, right? Well, it's the same with this. It looks foreign. It's like a different language, but I'm going to tell you something. When I realized that this is where all the money is, in those little green and red bars that look so complicated to you right now because you've never seen it before, I'm telling you, this is where the money is. This is where all those people who don't say anything to you, that live in these really, really, really super duper nice, amazing places, homes, areas, all this is like what they know. Those bank executives that live in, that make millions and millions of dollars, all those fancy cars and things that they have. And this is not about materialistic stuff. But what I'm saying to you is the people that know where the money is aren't always willing to tell you how to go get it. And it's hidden in these little candles, as we call them. They're hidden in these little bars. This little green and this red is the color on my chart, but this is where it's hidden. For you, you're looking at what the hell is this? And for the rest of the world who understands this, they're looking at a lot of money right here. A lot of money right here. Right? I'm going to just share a couple things with you, and I won't keep you that long because I don't want to bore those who don't get it. But for those of you who do get it, you've got to wrap your mind around, it's not that hard. Like, look at this line right here, right? Look, either the price is going down. See how the price is going down, 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 down. On my chart, these little red bars, the red candles, that represents the selling, right? So the price is going, people are selling, and price is going down. In this area where the green is more prevalent, green, this is where the buyers are. So the price is going up, right? Really simple process. If you see over here on the right-hand side, these are the prices in the sense, okay? These are the prices. So here, price is going up. And over here, move my screen over here, price is going down, okay? Now let me show you something else. From here to here, what's price doing? It's going sideways. You guys see that? From here to here, it's going sideways. So from here to here, it's going down. Your eyes can see that. It's crystal clear. From here to here, price is going up. And from here to here, price is going sideways. Now you only got 3 choices. Either you're going to sell when price is going down, you're going to buy when price is going up, or you're not going to do jack at all when it's going sideways. Why? Because you're not making any money going sideways. It's like in life. If you're going side to side, what kind of progress are you making? None. You either need to be going forwards or you need to be going backwards, right? It's kind of like that, right? And in that sense, not that backwards is bad. It's just it's just either you're going forwards or backwards. You're going up or you're going down. But if you're standing still, there's nothing, right? There's nothing. You're stagnant. So what we're looking to do, guys, is to find the points in the market where we can get in and ride the wave down, or get in where we can ride the wave up. It's real simple. That's all your objective of this game is to get in when you can go up, or get in when you can go down. And you want to identify side to side and not do anything, right? Not do anything. So I've been keeping my eye on this pair. This is the USD JPY. It's the US dollar against the Japanese yen, okay? The US dollar against the Japanese yen. And I'm looking at a 4-hour chart. What that means is that each of these little bars are called candles. Each of these little candles take 4 hours to form. Right? Like this red candle right now, it started at 1 o'clock. How do I know that? Well, if you follow this, see my mouse, see the crosshair, the up and down crosshair vertical. If you follow it all the way down, you can see it says 13 down here, right? That's 1 o'clock. Military, right? 1 o'clock on a 24-hour situation. So this candle started at 1 o'clock, and this candle will not stop. It'll keep doing what it's going to do until 5 o'clock, right? And then at 5 o'clock, a new candle will form, just like this green one. This green one started at 9 o'clock this morning. And if you add 4 hours to it, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, at 1 o'clock, by the time 1 o'clock came, this candle was complete and this candle started at 1 o'clock, right? And it'll go until 5. And the next one will start at 5 and then go until 9, so on and so forth, right? So my point is, we're looking at all of this, right? We're looking at, every 4 hours is one of these candles. So these are the days right here, right? So this is the 19th, the 21st, the 26th, right? And today is the 27th. So here we are. So we're looking at a few days, right? A week or so, right, of movement in the marketplace. So let me just share with you the power of the money that's in this. I'm not going to teach this to you because that's not what I'm here to do, but I want you to be able to see and understand what we're talking about, okay? So what I've done, I've kind of marked up some areas, right? And this would be an ideal area to have gotten in. Now we're looking at the past, right? Because we're right here. This is the current price right here, the current date, February 27th. If I come back, this is February the 26th. You can see down there in the gray box. This is February the 21st, okay? So if you come here and you look right here, this is February the 22nd. And let's say that I would have gotten in on this trade right there at this red candle inside of my little yellow circle, okay? Not going to teach you all that extra. Just pretend that you just knew and you just said, you know what? I'm going to get in right here. I'm going to sell. Where I'm going to get in right here and I'm going to sell. So let's say you did that. And over, let's see, 1, 2, these 4 candles. Let's say you got in right here. This would have been at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And let's just say by, this is 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. And let's just say here by this candle, and I'm saying this candle because you can clearly see that once this candle got down here, it shifted and it started going back up a little bit, right? It started back going up a little bit and it even came down a little bit more. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples. But for example, let's just say you got in right here and you stayed in through all these red candles, these 4 red candles, and you got out, let's say around here. Let me calculate for you how much money that is. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get my little price tool and I'm going to start right here at the the top of this price, I see the wick right here. You guys can't see that, but I'm just going to start right here at a very, very basic point, right? I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to draw this down to the bottom of this red candle right here, right? I'm going to draw it down to the bottom of that, and this says 88.6. Okay, that's what that says, 88.6. Now, 88.6 represents 88.6 pips. Pips. Now, pips is how we measure the market. It's like if you were watching football. How do you measure the distance in football? It's by yards. It's by yards. Are you calculating all the yards and how many feet and how many inches? No, you just know you go 5 yards, 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards, right? Eventually you're at the end zone. So it's just yardage, okay? And you get so much money per pip, just like you would get so much further towards your goal per yard in football. So just know this is 88 pips. And what this is saying is that based on the amount of money that you would have leveraged in your trade, you take that amount of money and multiply it by the number of pips. Simple. So let's say that you had 10 cents, right? If you had 10 cents and you said, I'm gonna leverage 10 cents, right? So 10 cents then goes 88 pips. And now what do you have? You have $8.88. Now that might not seem like a big deal to you, but when is the last time you turned 10 cents into $8 in just a matter of hours? 4, 8, 12, 16. 16 hours, you turn 10 cents into $8. Now let's take it up a notch, because that's just if you're leveraging 10 cents. But let's say you had a large enough account and you said, I'm not going to do 10 cents. I'm going to do $1. Okay, then in this same amount of time, in this same exact trade, you now had $1. And you turned $1 into $88. $1 times 88 pips. You turned $1 into $88 in 4, 8, 12, 16 hours. Okay, now that's nothing to sneeze at, especially if this is happening when you're asleep, like this did. This is 1 in the morning. This is 5 in the morning. This is 9 in the morning, and this is 1 in the afternoon. So by 5 o'clock, basically from 1 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening, your whole entire workday, you could have taken $1 that you otherwise would have just had in your pocket. You could have taken $1 that you might have just given someone on the street because you were being generous. You could have taken $1, the same $1 you may have given your kid to put in their piggy bank at home. You could have taken that $1, the same dollar that you use to go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning to get you that chocolate glazed donut, which is what I love, by the way. If you ever want to give me a surprise, chocolate glazed donut, Dunkin' Donuts, all right? But that same $1, guys, by the time you get home that night from work, is now $88. $88. Now, let's take it up one more notch. Let's take it up one more notch, because I want you to understand that these little bars can change your life. These little bars can change these 4 bars right here. Let's say you had an account where now you had a different size account, and now you said, I want to use $10. So now you're not gonna wager 10 cents. You're not gonna wager $1. You're now going to wager $10. And so now this same 4 bars with these same 88 pips, your $10 times 88 pips, guys, is $880. Do you understand that you knowing how to get in right here and get out right here can result overnight, even throughout your entire workday, in $880. You took $10 and you, after 16 hours of just letting the market go down, you you turned $10 into $880 just with this. Now, what did you do during those 16 hours? You didn't do anything but everything else you've been doing in your life. Well, let's see, from 1 o'clock in the morning, you were asleep. 5 o'clock in the morning, you may have got up and started getting yourself ready for work. 9 o'clock in the morning, you were already at work. And by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you were taking a lunch break. And by the time this candle closed, 5 o'clock, you're clocking out. You're clocking out, driving on your way home. So you wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night, you place this trade. And then by the time you come off of work, you open up your phone, you check your phone, and now your $10 has grown to $880. I just want to know who would be excited about that? Like, who would be excited about that? Right? Like, you got to understand what we're saying to you. Now, here's the thing. Some of you guys are watching people that are in Forex post results where it looks like they're only making the $8, right? You saw, oh my goodness, I made $8, and that's not moving you. Like, you don't feel any type of, spiritual connection to the $8, but that's because you're ignorant to how money works. That's really what that means. It means you don't understand that to be able to take 10 cents and turn it into $8 is the same thing as taking $10 and turning it into $880. When you can take 10 cents and turn it into 8, then you can take 10 and turn it into 880. The key to all of it is being able to understand, boom, these 4 candles right there. In that example, these 4 candles right there. If you could understand that this was a great point to get in and that this is a great point to get out, then you can leverage whatever dollar amount you want. Some people are doing 10 cents because they're learning and they don't want to blow $5 trillion quadrillion. Some of you guys don't understand that. What we're trying to do is teach you how to identify the movement of these little money candles, right? These candles are money. So to take $10 and turn it into $880, guys, is amazing. Now let me pile it on for you. What if that was just one position? You just did one $10 position, right? You placed one trade at $10. What if you actually, at this same point in time, what if you actually placed 2 trades at $10? What if you placed 2 $10 trades, or 2 trades at $10 each, which would be $20. And $20 during this same 16 hours, these same 4 candles, guys, now those 2 trades at $10 each, guys, is now $1,700. Do you guys not see this? Do you not see that this is money? But because you are stuck on working hard versus using your brain, you get screwed in the job marketplace. And when I say screwed, what do I mean? I mean, you pay more taxes than anybody else. It means you got to get up, you got to drive in traffic. It means you got to get up, you got to take your kids to the babysitter or get them to school or whatever. You got to get to work. Most people don't like their work. If you like your work, great for you, but you're still being screwed by the system. Even if you like it, you're still paying more than everybody else. You stay at work all that time. What did you make while you were at work? Nothing. Nothing. Even if you knew this, you could at least still go to work and before you got home, be in profit $1,700 for the day, in addition to what you would have made at your job. But you don't want to learn this. No, what you want to do is you want to hope and pray for the lottery to hit. when what we're trying to teach you is how the wealthy are making their money. So 4 candles. That's just that example, guys. That's just that example. What about if you had it figured out right in here? Let's just say you got in on this buy, right? It's going up, up, up. So you want to get in. So this candle right here at 1 o'clock again, right? 1 o'clock again. This candle right here looks like it's a pretty good candle to get in on a buy. So let's take our little measuring tool and let's come back over here. And let's say you got in on this buy, right? And let's just say you went all the way up until this green candle right here, right? Now, do you guys see that inside of this little gray box that I drew for you, it's 133 pips. So let's do the math. Let's do the math on 133 pips, right? Because maybe 88 pips wasn't convincing enough for you. So let's start at 10 cents again. So let's say you had 133 pips and you multiplied that by 10 cents. Well, you would have made $13 on this move inside of this gray area. Now, this would have been from 1 o'clock in the afternoon all the way through 1 o'clock the next afternoon, all the way through 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Something like that, right? What's this? This is 1, this is 5, this is 9, right? So maybe a day and a half of you letting the market do what it's doing because you placed your trade over here. You set your trade to stop around here, and then you just let it do what it was going to do. You went on about your life. So if you put 10 cents, then you would have made $13. Now that's $13 you wouldn't have made otherwise, but maybe the 10 cent, $13 doesn't move you scenario. So let's take it up a notch. Same gray box. No, I'm not working harder. Notice my point. I'm not working harder, but I'm getting ready to show you how to make more money. I'm not working harder. I'm not spending any more time. It's the same time frame. It's the same move. But because now I know how to leverage my money, I can make more money. So now let's just do our dollar example again. So now we have the 133 pips times $1, which is now what? $133 in a day and a half. Right? A day and a half. Now that's money that you would not have otherwise had. That's that dollar that you had stuck in your pocket that got washed in the washing machine on accident that didn't make you anything. That's that dollar that you pulled out and accidentally dropped on the ground when you were at the bagel shop in the morning getting your bagel on the way to work. Right? That's that same dollar that didn't earn you anything previously, but now this dollar earned you $133 while you lived your life. Okay, let's just say that you still don't understand the concept of money. Like you're still bugging out because you're focused on the dollar amount. Like you're missing the compounding effect of what's going on here. Okay, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm going to share with you what happens. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take it up a notch again. We're going to take it to the $10. So I'm not working any harder. It's the same 1 p.m. to, 9, 10, 11 p.m. the next day. It's the same time period. It's the same gray box. It's the same market it's the same movement in the market. I haven't worked harder. I haven't done more hours at work. I haven't put in overtime. All I did was change my $1 to $10 inside of my trade. That's all I did. And now I'm going to take my 133 pips and I'm going to multiply it by $10. And now magically that's $1,300 in that day and a half. That's $1,300 in a day and a half for the same amount of movement in the marketplace. Didn't work harder, didn't work longer, didn't get up any earlier, didn't stay up any later. But because I learned something, I know how to capitalize on those little green bars called money. That's what those green bars and those red bars are called. They're called money. Okay, let's just say in my same example I gave you before on the 4 bars going down and now on these bars going up, let's just say, guys, that in this gray box, we're going to now put 2 trades in at $10. For example, 2 trades in at $10. Not working harder. I'm just going to enter it in differently. So I'm going to have now $20 times my 133 pips. Now, guys, that's $2,600. Let me ask you something. When is the last time somebody showed you how to legally, morally, and ethically make $2,600 in a day and a half without you having to work your butt off, without you having to deal with other people, without you having to sell something to friends and family, without you having to set up Facebook ads, without you having to set up a website, without you having to market and promote it, without you having to learn how to, drop ship and this and that, without having to do any of that? When is the last time somebody showed you how to snatch $2,600 out of the marketplace in a day and a half on a few bars ever? And you wonder why the poor keep getting poorer and the richer keep getting richer, because the poor don't want to learn nothing more. The poor just want to keep doing what they're doing because they're complacent. The poorer just want to keep on keeping on. The poorer just want to keep on saying, when you ask them how they're doing today, they just want to say, oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, right? The Lord is willing. That's what they want to say to you. When in reality, it's an illusion to be that way. Why? Because all the money is sitting right here in front of your face on this chart, on this dang on chart. And so I wanted to just pull this up and show you. So here's the point. The point is this. I'm going to delete this little thing right here. I'm going to delete this because I'm going to show you a trade that I'm getting ready to possibly get in, right? I've got some stuff marked up and we'll see. I'll kind of show you. This is what I'm expecting it to do, right? You can see my little arrows. I'm expecting it to come up. I'm expecting it to come back down. I'm expecting it to go back up, right? So you can see my little green line right here. My green line is where I'm saying, okay, the market gets down here. I'm going to get in this trade. And what am I going to do? I'm going to buy. Right? I'm going to buy. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go up until where? To this blue line up here. Right? And as you can see, I already have my little price thing. That's 91 pips. That's 91 pips from here to here. This is just my little analysis on the whole scenario. Right? Okay. So let's just say I get in, right? And my trade goes the way I want it to go. And that's 91 pips. Okay. So let's do 91 pips times 10 cents. That's $9. I would be very happy with that, because the lesson is that I know how to catch these pips. Do you understand? The issue is that I know how to get these money bars. That's the whole point of the 10 cent, to make sure you know what you're doing. But once you know what you're doing, then you step it up. I might do 91 pips. Okay, $1. Woo, $91, $100 in a few hours. All right, that might be great. But what if I put $10 on the 91 pips? That's $910. That's $910, ladies and gentlemen, that now $1,000 I could have made just from understanding how the money candles work. The money candles work. Did I work anymore? No. Did this stop me from leaving and going and getting my son from school? No. Is this stopping me from sharing this with you on Facebook Live right now? No. Is this stopping me from reading and doing my personal development that I'm doing? No. Is it taking time away from anything else that I am doing? No. What it is doing, though, is putting my money that otherwise would be sitting to work, which is the master key. It's part of the wealth code. And when you can read this chart, that is when the wealth code will be revealed to you. But as long as you want to keep closing your eyes and you want to keep restricting yourself and you want to keep working hard, as they told you to do, you want to keep on teaching your kids how to work hard, as they told you to do, you want to keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on. You want to do all the wrong things and expect different results. As long as you want to do that, then those of us that are saying, you know what, enough is enough, we're cracking the book open. We're aligning with people that can teach us this language, and we want to learn it so that we can speak it into our lives and speak it into the lives of our families. Because of that, when you're ready to do that, then, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to separate yourself from the large disparity that's taking place right now in our country, with the poor getting poor and the richer getting richer. I'm telling you right now, if you're dependent on a job, if you're dependent on any external thing, you could very well be shocked and very well be spun into a travesty at any given moment. You never know. You never know. But when you understand that this market right here is global, it's the US dollar against the Japanese yen. It's the globe. It's the world. It is the currency of the whole United States matched up against the currency of the whole country of Japan. Do you understand that that is not going away because of any particular person or any particular entity or any particular rule or any particular business or any particular, whatever? It is the world economy. And when you can leverage yourself against something that doesn't change that much, dang on Facebook ad change every 5 minutes. Blogging change every 5 minutes. Marketing on the internet changes every 5 minutes. 1 minute email marketing is working. The next minute people saying email marketing is not working. 1 minute people are saying that, oh, you got to blog and do videos. And next minute people are saying screw blogging and videos. 1 minute you got to do sales funnels. The next minute you don't got to do sales funnels. 1 minute you got to just hire somebody to do it. The next minute you could just do it yourself. 1 minute you got to learn how to do the webinars. Next minute you got to learn how to do Facebook Lives. It's a constantly evolving game that you can never get a grip on. This never changes. It hasn't changed in 100 years. It's the same patterns over and over and over and over. So if you understand that this is way more stable in terms of your learning, that once you learn it, you don't have to keep relearning something. Some of y'all have spent so much time learning a marketing strategy that when it changes, you got to relearn it. And if you wrote a course, you got to redo your course or add it 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever, all of that stuff. Some of you guys are so dependent on what others are saying about a cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or this or that. You don't know what the market is doing. You have no idea what the market is doing. You just buy in because it tells you it's at this price and it's expected at that price. But what if you could actually look at it yourself? And you could say, you know what, this will be a great place to get in, and this will be a great place to get out. In fact, let's do that for a second. I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin for a second. Let's look at BTC USD, right? Nice blank chart. Nice blank chart here, right? This is the 4-hour chart, right? So let me just ask you guys, can you guys see something happening, right? Can you guys see this trend going up? Can you see that? Like, you have to be able to see that, right? You have to be able to see that. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. You have to be able to see that. Let me get that out the way. Let me move. Oh, I got all this other stuff in here, guys. I don't want to confuse you, right? Let's just move some of this stuff. You have to be able to see that this market is doing something, right? Let's just look at it. Let's just look at it, right? Just look. Real simple stuff, guys. It's not that hard. Right? It's not that hard. Can you see this is the bottom? Can you see this is the bottom? Right? You can see this is the bottom, and you can see it went up, 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 right? So what if, let me just bring this down a little bit, right? What if we actually took a little line, just for example, what if we took this little line right here, and we went from here, we did like this. What if we just did like this? Right? What if we did like that? Can't you see that that price is going up? How hard is that? That ain't rocket science, is it? You can see the price is going up, 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 right? Okay, great. Now let's look at something else. Now we can see that it's not going up anymore right here, right? What is it doing? It started to go down. Okay, so let's just take this and let's just see, hold on 1 second. Let's just match this up. Right? Let's just match this up. Okay. Can you guys see that now this is a downtrend? Right? Okay. So what has started to happen at this point, guys? What has started to happen at this point? Well, now we can see that it's starting to look like it's going to go back up again. Right? It's starting to look like that, isn't it? It's starting to look like that. right? This candle still has to do what it's going to do, but can you guys see that? The market is going up, then it's going down, then it's going up, then it's going down, or it's going sideways, right? Like right in here, it went sideways. You see that? It went sideways. It didn't, I mean, overall, a candle went up and down, but the direction of the market was sideways. You see that? Right? So what if you knew? What if you knew how to look at this and say, all right, you know what? What I'm going to do is I am going to look at this downtrend right here, right? So look, this came down, and then what did it do? It came back up. What if you got in right here? What if you got in right here at this candle? Let's get a little pricing tool. What if you, now this is real time, right? Or this is, well, it's not real time because it's past, but this is what? 11 o'clock last night? Oh, no, this is the 21st. This is a 4-hour count. Sorry, the 21st. 11 o'clock p.m. on the 21st. So let's just say you got in on this candle right here, this red candle, and you rolled this red candle down. Boom, right there. Guys, look how much that is. Look at the price. Look at the price over here, right? So let me just get this little tool out. Let me get this little tool out real fast, okay? Let me just point out to you. So look, the price over here, don't look at this part right here because that's not, you don't need to know, that's not for this, okay? But the price over here is $95.69. That means this was the price of Bitcoin at this time, $95.69. But when we got in it, the price was at $10,791. $10,791. So let's do the math, shall we? So 10,791, okay, minus 9,569 equals $1,200. So if you did $1, you would be at $1,200 just from that move right there. Just from that move right there, ideally, right? Let's say that you did $10. $10 on this move. How many hours is this? 4, 8, 12, 16. What's next? 20, 24. 24 hours, one day. One day, right? So one day, and now we're just going to change it. Instead of doing $1, now we're going to do $10. $10 times that same $1,200, guys, is now what, ladies and gentlemen? Right? Is now what? Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody put it in the chat. Right? Somebody put it in the chat. I want to know, what if you actually just understood those, numbers? What if you understood those numbers in a 24-hour period of time and you knew how to get in? What would that be? Huh? Hello? Anybody there? Y'all want to multiply? Can you subtract 10,791? What, y'all scared? Am I here? Anybody here with me? Hello? Anybody here in the room with me? Anybody here in the room with me? If you're here in the room with me, just type a yes or something. Type a 1. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know. $10, B, $10. Not 100, $10. $10, right? $10. Come on, y'all. Come on. See, this is the issue right here. Like, y'all scared to add up the money. What's wrong? Are you scared to see how much you're losing every day by not knowing this? Is that what's going on? Are you afraid to type in the numbers in your calculator because you don't want to really see that how in a 24-hour period of time, those 6 candles could easily add up for you to what? 12 grand. 12 grand. 12 grand from understanding these this gray box right here. Knowing about the gray box. The gray box. What if you got in on the gray box? $10. $10. Now, let me just share something with you. You see where our lines are, right? Now, you see how we got in on this candle right here, right? Where the little dot is. You can see where that little candle, you can see that little wick above. Let me kind of zoom in, right? You can see that little wick. Hold on. You can see the little bar coming across, the little line coming up, right? So I said you got in right here. Well, let's say you did. Let's say you got in right here, but when that little line formed, it went backwards. Let's say it went backwards. So let's do our little thing, right? Let's say from here to here, right? From there to there. From here, which is 10,791, or let's come up from here, right? Which is 10,929. The price, I'm looking over to the right, 10,929 minus where we would have gotten in at, which is 10, let's just say 791, 10,791. That's $138. So if you had got in that trade right at this point in time, guess what would have happened? Your account would have looked like it was negative up to about $138. $138. But because you know the skill, right? You wouldn't be worried when your numbers are red, $138, while it's doing this right here, you wouldn't be worried. Why? Because you know how to do your charting and you know how to analyze this. So let's just say it went backwards and you were negative $138 and you left it alone. You didn't panic because you were learning how to be a true manager of money and not be scared. Because every time y'all see negative, you get scared, right? Bank account go negative. What happened? You get scared. But in trading, it go negative. People don't get scared. Not the master traders. They don't get scared. Why? Because they have a plan, right? And it's a risk management. So $138 or so. And then what happens? It turns around, it goes positive, and over the next day, you make $12,000. My question is, would it be okay if you had to just sit here for about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and this thing kept going negative, $138, and that freaked you out a minute? Wouldn't that still be worth letting your plan work and making $12,000? Right? Guys, so what I'm saying to you is that this is extremely powerful information. What are you waiting on? Yeah, it's going to be challenging at first. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah, it's going to seem like rocket science at first. You don't know what you're doing. You've never made money besides working for it before. You don't know what you're doing. So that's why you need to learn what you're doing. You need to learn it. And that's what we're trying to do, is teach you how to learn it. And you practice. Do you think you have to use your real money while you practice? You don't have to use your real money when you practice. You can use demo account money, fake money, guys. You can use pretend money. There is no reason on God's green earth that every single person at the sound of my voice who has not taken advantage of learning this skill is not jumping at the opportunity to take advantage of this skill, because you don't have anything to lose, especially while you're learning, because you're not even using real money. Good grief. You don't want to learn how to make 12 grand in a day because you're afraid it's going to cost you $140 a month. Get out of here with that. You're never going to get rich being afraid to pay for your education. Never. You paid for the education that's not really helping you right now. Doesn't it make sense to start paying for the education that could be helping you from this point forward? You have to agree with me. If you have any logical bones in your body, you know that the answer is yes. Would it be worth it to you to learn this? Let's say it took you 6 months. Let's say it took you 6 months at $145 a month. That's $870 over 6 months. And that's assuming that you haven't made one dime over your monthly 145. That's assuming that you haven't made a dime. Most people do, though. Just so you know. Remember those $8 that y'all see that you don't give comments and likes on? You know those $10 that you see people posting every day? The ones that you're thinking they're not making no money, but they making that $10 a day. Oh yeah, that $10 a day is covering that 145 a month. See, you're not understanding how the money is working, but just pretend you didn't make one dime. Let's just pretend that we couldn't teach you how to make $5 a day, which would cover your 145. Pretend that. And you spent $870. And at the end of those 6 months, you knew how to identify what I just showed you in that gray box. And you made $12,000 in that day. The question then becomes, would it have been worth it to you to spend $870 to learn how to have made $12,000? See, that's the way business people think. That's the way wealthy people think. And that's the way you need to start thinking. Am I willing to put in the plant the seed in order to get the tree? If you're not willing to plant the seed to get the tree, then stop hoping and praying for a tree. God ain't giving you no tree and you ain't planted no seed. Okay? I don't care if you're praying about it or not. You have to plant the seed. That is the nature. That is the law of nature. You cannot avoid that. You are not so supernatural that you avoid the laws of nature. You must plant the seed for the thing to grow. So if you're not willing to plant the seed in your knowledge of something, then you will not be able to execute a trade, get the results of your knowledge of the something. You never planted the seed for the knowledge of the something. You never learned it. So I'm going to get out of here today, guys. I'm going to get out of here today. And I just wanted to share this with you because this little gray boxes I've been showing you guys is money all over these gray boxes. It's money all. Look, I'm going to show you one last gray box. And I'm going to stay right here on Bitcoin. Right? I'm just looking at them because I see it, right? I'm looking at it because I see it. Look at this one right here. So let's say, okay, this price came up. It came back down, right? Perfect entry point right here. Let's say you would have got in. Let's say you would have got in on this Bitcoin right around here. And let's say you rolled it. Hold on, let me scoot over. Let me delete. Hold on. Let me just delete this. Come on back because I want to show you what it's like. Okay. Let's say you would have got in right here. Right. And then you're still in it currently. Let's say you're still in this trade currently. Right? Because this is the real market right here. So you would have got in down here, right? Let's just say you got in right around here. What's that? 96, 93, right? And let's just say we are where it is right now, which is about 10,729. Now this just happened what? At 7 o'clock yesterday morning, right? 7 o'clock yesterday morning, right? So 7 o'clock yesterday morning, boom, you get in this trade. And let's just say, so we're going to come back over here. We're going to subtract because these are dollars. These are dollars, right? So we're going to do 107.29. See in the white? That's my white line. That's what's represented at 107.29 minus this one, 96.93, right? 96.93. That's $1,000. That's $1,000 right now had you got in just then because you knew how to identify the gray box. That's $1,000 on a dollar though. What if you had $10? That's $10,000, guys. $10,000 on something that was dropping and then went up. Dropping and then went up. And that overall, right? And that overall, let me kind of just do like this, right? That overall is dropping, right? Remember, it was up here, 20,000. Everybody's making a big deal, right? Remember, boom. 19,860 or 19,880, right? It was up there. And look, what is it doing? Overall, it's dropping, right? Overall, it's dropping, right? Let me move this little blue line out the way. Remember our little lines that we drew, guys? Look, the same rule applies over and over and over again. We're going to draw our little line right here, right? We're going to draw a little line right here. Look, right? So why not make money on the dang on thing coming down? And then right here, it went up a little bit. You see that? We zoomed in, right? But the thing went down. Let me move this blue line out the way. The thing went down. And then it went up. And then it came down. And it went up a little bit more, right? But in this little bit, this represents days, right? Each candle here is a day. So in these 2 green candles, that's 10 grand, y'all. These candles are money. They're not bars. It's not music notes. It's not, the heartbeat on the monitor. It's not that. This is where your wealth is embedded. The wealth code. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Hope y'all get what I'm saying, right? I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Look, get in here and start. And you need to get with somebody on a dream team and say, look, what do I need to do? I'm ready. Show me, teach me, guide me. You have to be taught this, guys. If they taught it to you from the time you were born, you wouldn't need to know it and you wouldn't be wanting freedom right now. You'd already be free. So why don't you open up your mind? Let somebody show you something, but you got to want it first. If you want it, you've got to seek it. And now that you've seen this, you sought out and you paid attention on this video, now is the time for you to connect with any member of the dream team and say, you know what? That's just it. The line has been drawn in the sand. I'm ready. And guys, I'm dropping the mic on that.